Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from. My name is Olani Oluwabun Peter, and I am here to discuss about marriage bond. Yes, marriage bond. And a whole lot of people have turned the bonds in marriage into a bondage. And that is why you see almost everybody will say there is no perfect marriage. There is always a problem in every marriage. Yes, I understand there is a problem in every marriages, but it is supposed to be a bond, not a bondage. Let me clarify it. You as a person will decide if your marriage will be a bondage or a bond. And I mean you, the husband, and you, the wife, in person. Then, before an agreement between both of you to either make it a bondage or a bond. Note, marriage is a lifetime journey that, in Christian terms, divorce is not accepted. In quotes, for a marriage where there is no violence. Any marriage that there is violence and it threatens your life, I support divorce. But before you divorce, try and make it work. Now, every marriage seems to be a bondage because we decided to make it a bondage. Marriage is an agreement between two parties that are from different backgrounds, different exposure, different upbringing. But a whole lot of us seems to, immediately we get into the marriage, we dump the fact that we are from a different background, we dump it out. And we just want things to work simultaneously, like sync automatically. It will not sync automatically. And that is where your personal decisions comes in. No matter what you are going through in marriage, if you have decided personally that, you see this thing, it will work, I would make it work. Definitely it will work for you. Now, when you as a wife take a decision, and your wife and your husband, or you as an husband take a decision and your wife is not in support to make it work, maybe either of the party is always causing the problem. Note, first thing you should think is, there is a difference between these two parties, me and this guy. We're not brought up from the same family. Even if you are brought up in the same area, the way you eat, the way you people live your life, the way you people sleep in your family is different. It was after maybe 25 years before you guys start sleeping together. Now tell me, how will a sleeping of 25 years change overnight in 1 month? I mean a sleeping position of 25 years. Now, such marriage, if care is not taken, you're going to turn into a bondage. And it's supposed to be a bond. And why people say every marriage is a bondage is because they have not tried to change their own bondage. Truth be told, every marriage is a bondage. And why is a bondage is because it's a lifetime thing. You can't just decide to leave. Even if you want to divorce, you have to go to court to take legal action. That is where you know it is a bondage. But it is left for you, both parties, to decide personally, this thing, if it is not working for everybody, it's going to work for me. Close example. All of us shouting, we want Peter Obi, we want Asiwaju, we want Atiku. I had some people now praying recently that whoever is there, let it work for me. That is how marriages should be. You have married yourself. You met yourself and you married yourself. Now, whoever is the problem in the family is not the issue. The issue is the receiver, how the receiver is handling it. Don't wait until people start counting one wife, second wife, third wife, or first husband, second husband, third husband, before you realize that patience goes a long way in marriage. It doesn't make you stupid. If you think patience makes you stupid, ask your parents that celebrated 30 years in marriage, 40 years in marriage, 45 years. Growing up, most of you see your mother as stupid because when your father is talking, your mother is not responding. Your mother is probably not responding because she wants you to enjoy your life in the end. Your mother is probably not responding to your father because she wants you to have a balanced life from both parents. Now, single parenting has damaged a whole lot of lives. You think your child is enjoying, by single-handedly bringing them up. But note, either a father figure or a mother figure is lacking. And what you don't have for 25 years, you can't gain in one day or 1 month. That was where the problem started from. My eating habit has been my habit for over 25, 30 years. I got married to you at the age of 29 and you just want me to change my eating habits in a day or probably in a week, even in a year. It won't work. Marriage is a bondage because you want it to be a bondage. Marriage is a bond because you want it to be a bond. Decide that whatever comes into this marriage, we will always smile, not I. You will take a decision that we will always smile. You think there are no men that are tired of their marriages? Even our fathers, a lot of them are tired of the marriages. But they will not leave, not because they don't have the power to leave, or not because they don't have the power to remarry, but they will not leave because of we, the children. How many of you that just got married can say because of my child, I want to bear this? Like I said, if there is no violence, you can bear anything as far as there is no violence. But if there is violence, you have your decision to take. And even if there is violence, you can still work it out. This thing is by understanding. And that is what I'm still pounding on. Upbringing. We have different upbringing, we have different exposures, we have different meaning that we interpret life to. So if you want your marriage to work, please turn your bondage into a bond. Try. Even if your partner is not responding or is not responsive, you lead by example. Teaching and training is not by talk alone, it's by acting. Every human being is an animal. I am an animal, you are an animal. And you know how much it is for you to convert a wild animal to a domestic animal. You know how funny it is. That is how marriages is. You have to convert the wildness in each party to a domestic animal. Then you people can live in harmony. Imagine a lion and a sheep getting married to each other and they want it to work. Definitely the lion wants to devour the sheep. And the sheep is also scared for the lions being devoured. And that is why you see people who say, if you marry your type, let me say you're a person that is always acting in anger, and you marry somebody that is also acting in anger, that is a lion marrying a lion, you people will eventually kill each other. That's why you see a gentleman will go and marry a violent woman, or a very violent man will look for a gentle woman that you think he wants to control. No, he doesn't want to control. It's just he doesn't want to match his ego with another ego that looks like him. Take it. Marriage, bondage, or bond. Decide which one you want to be. God will help every one of us. I'm talking about Christian marriage now. Even contemporary marriages, what am I even saying? Marriage is marriage. Christian, Muslim, traditional worship, marriage is coming together of two people that agreed in love. But note, love doesn't carry marriage. Love alone doesn't sustain marriages. The man wants his respect. The woman wants his care. A lot of women don't care about you respecting them. They just want you to care for them. And you know, by caring for them, you are going to automatically respect them. A lot of men don't want their wives to give them money. They only want that 100% respect from their man. How many of you as a woman is ready to respect your man? Even with the fact that he's richer than you. Why? Because you believe if he's looking for too much respect, there are some guys outside that doesn't look for respect. You see all those guys outside that doesn't look for respect, they are only trying to lure you in. Immediately you get into their house, they also start demanding for respect. You see all those guys that are telling you your husband is this, your husband is that, I will treat you better. They are only trying to take that you have, try to go over you and enjoy you. Eventually, when you get into their house, you discover that all men are the same thing. And for men, all women are not the same thing, yes. But when you marry every one of them, you will discover that they are 85% same, all women. And what is their differences is their body posture. I believe I'm making sense. I'm not even talking about a Christian marriages alone now. I'm talking about marriage at large. You can decide to make your marriage a lifetime bondage. It is your decision. And you can decide to make your marriage a lifetime bond with smiles, happiness, joy, great things, even if you don't have money. Marriage is not about the money. Marriage is not about the wealth. Marriage is about enjoying each other. Both parties coming together to enjoy each other. If you think marriage is by money, then why do you think a whole lot of our parents that are not so rich enjoys their marriage more than we that we are striving to make all the money and we are not even enjoying a bit of our marriage? If marriage is all about money, wealth, connections, exposures, going out and everything, we are supposed to be enjoying our marriage than them. But guess what? They enjoy more of their marriage than we that are just getting married now. We should think about it. Make your marriage a bond, not a bondage. Thank you very much.